Here's a sample of this research on gender differences. David Buss analyzed mating selection differences in male and female personal ads. Personal ads now. Remember back when they were printed in papers instead of on websites like Match.com today. So he analyzed these personal ads and found evidence for men seeking more fertility cues than resource cues, and women the opposite. Men were also much more likely to be seeking younger dates. So Buss actually explains all four of these gender differences that we covered in this last segment with an evolutionary perspective. Goes like this. First, ancestral men increased their chances of passing on their genes with larger number of offspring, and their minimal investment in each is pretty small, right? So in each offspring, it's probably about a teaspoon of semen. Yet women have far more invested. At the very least, women have months of mobility issues, but also women being the most likely of the two to be left stuck raising the child by themselves. So women have a much higher investment. Considering this, it is no surprise that women would be choosier, selecting mates who have resources and who will be more likely to stick around and do their part. Thus, men have been naturally selected over time to be more promiscuous than women and to be attracted to fertility over resource cues, and thus women have been naturally selected over time to be less promiscuous and to seek resource over fertility cues. Does that make sense? What about the age-seeking difference? Now, men are not limited in their ages of fertility in the way that women are. Thus, men have been naturally selected over time to be attracted to women of fertile ages, regardless of the men's age. Not so much with women, right? Finally, paternity uncertainty. The idea that, short of a DNA test, men never know for certain that they are the father of their children. Paternity uncertainty guides men's emotions when it comes to jealousy and causes them to be most unnerved by our first hypothetical situation of sexual infidelity. But paternal uncertainty does not apply to women, right? Apparently, women are more concerned about the unlimited long-term resources a secret close friendship could siphon from the relationship. So think things like birthdays, Christmas, financial help during all those hard times, etc., right? Women are more worried about that than they were with the quick sexual fix at how much money would that siphon from a relationship? What is the average prostitution price today? I don't know, $200 maybe? The sociocultural perspective, on the other hand, posits that these gender differences are the result of culture. Culture shapes behavior. Behavior flexes around culture. This theory claims that women are taught not to be promiscuous by our culture as a way to control women's sexuality, and taught to seek resources over fertility cues because they are not given equal access to resources. Note the many gender wage gaps that still exist today. So here's some interesting evidence for the sociocultural perspective. In cultures that believe babies can have multiple fathers, like the Bari tribe of Venezuela, for example, women are as promiscuous as men, or possibly more. And it pays off. This attests to the flexibility of human behavior to suit the environment. A very recent study, in fact, measure gender differences in mate selection as a function of gender equality over many other different countries, and they lined up like ducks in a row. As gender equality increased, gender differences decreased. In other words, the more economic power women have, the more they see physical attraction over wealth in potential males. So what do you think? Do you find yourself personally giving more weight to the evolutionary approach, the socio-cultural approach, or do you feel like an interactionist, giving rather equal validity to both?